Welcome to our approaches to life. And in our pursuit of connection, how do we navigate these waters to find a balance that not only attracts, but also sustains? These questions invite us to look beyond the surface, to the deeper currents that guide our interactions. Join us as we explore the art of attraction through a combination of Stoic wisdom and modern insight, revealing how seasoned men can cultivate presence. The face is not only noticed, but also irresistibly desired. Number 1. Growth mindset. Progress is not achieved through luck or coincidence, but through daily effort. Epictetus once conveyed a thought that had a profound influence on the nature of the growth mindset. Imagine an experienced captain steering his ship through turbulent seas. Storms and waves do not disturb him. Instead, he views each challenge as an opportunity to master his skills. This captain does not complain about the direction of the wind, but adjusts his sails, demonstrating the essence of progress. Now, imagine this principle in the realm of social interaction. A man who is no longer young, but has a youthful soul, blending in with those around him. He listens more than he talks, learns from everyone he meets, and views each interaction as a lesson. He understood, as Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The obstruction to action promotes action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In his personal development journey, he is not afraid of rejection or failure, because he knows these are just stepping stones on his path to wisdom. Now, let me tell you a story about two friends, both of whom were looking for friendship and connection. A person is set in his ways, believing that age has made it impossible for him to change or find new love. The other, inspired by the Stoic virtue of fat love, loves fate and seizes every opportunity to grow, regardless of age. This same friend, through self-reflection and embracing life's challenges, found himself surrounded by people who were attracted to his relentless spirit of improvement. He became a beacon of possibility, proving that it's not the years of your life, but the life of your years that truly matter. To cultivate a growth mindset is to understand that he who has a reason to live can endure almost any condition. As Nietzsche, though not a Stoic, aptly put it skillfully, let this be your love for growth, your passion for improvement, and your unyielding intellectual pursuit. Let every day be an opportunity to learn, love, and live more fully, not only for yourself, but to enrich everyone you meet. Number 2. Looking good and caring for yourself. In the serenity of contemplation, let us turn our minds to a subject as timeless as the stars above, the virtue of self-care and the radiance it brings to one's demeanor. As we weave this tale, let us remember, love of yourself is the beginning of a lifelong romance, as Oscar Wilde, although not a Stoic, declared wisely. However, in the Stoics' pursuit of wisdom, self-love is not merely an act of vanity, but a demonstration of our respect for nature. Consider the story of Zeno of Citium, founder of Stoicism, who survived a shipwreck and lost everything he owned. Standing on the shores of Athens, without a drachma in his hand, he discovered the true wealth within himself, his mind and capacity for virtue. He adorns himself not with beautiful clothes, but with the dignity of his personality. However, dear listeners, understand that self-care, in the Stoic sense, goes beyond mere appearances. It's about preparing yourself to face the world with grace, courage, and resilience. Imagine a sculptor meticulously chiseling marble. Each strike is deliberate, turning a rough stone into a work of art. This sculptor is like any person who, through self-care, shapes who they are. It is not vanity, but a recognition that our body is the seat of our soul, and to care for it is to honor our very nature. The beauty of the body is symmetry and proportion, mused Marcus Aurelius. Therefore, self-care and beauty are not simply an aesthetic act, but also an expression of harmony between body and spirit. Ponder the story of a gardener tending his garden. Each type of plant and flower needs different care. Some need more sunlight, others more shade. This gardener does not neglect his duties because he knows that the beauty of the garden reflects his dedication and love. So we must also take care of ourselves, understand our needs, and nourish our body and spirit with what truly sustains them. Seneca once said, "Life is like a play. It is not the length but the excellent acting that matters." When we take care of ourselves, we prepare for a stellar performance in the great drama of life. In our talk about looking good and taking care of yourself, dear listeners, remember that Stoicism teaches us to find beauty not in the reflection of a mirror, but it reflects our actions and virtues. As we conclude, let this be a reminder to care for yourself, not as a frivolous act, but as an act of reverence for the life you have been given. Let your care for yourself inspire others, not only to attract, but also to a deeper appreciation of the beauty hidden in a well-cared-for soul. Number 3. Decisive. In the vast theatre of life where each of us plays our part, the virtue of decisiveness serves as a beacon, guiding us through the turbulent sea of indecision and doubt. As we begin to explore this determination, let us recall the words of the Stoic Seneca. It is not because things are difficult that we dare not, but it's because we don't dare that things are difficult. Picture an experienced navigator charting his course through uncharted waters. With each decision, he relies not only on his knowledge of the stars, but also on his inner compass and determination. His crew relied on him not only for his orders, but also for the certainty with which he carried them out. This, my listeners, is the essence of assertiveness, a quality that, when cultivated, not only commands the respect of others, but also guides us toward our true north. Consider a moment in history where a great Stoic philosopher stood at a crossroads, his future determined by his choice of path. He reflected, "If you don't know which port you're going to, the wind won't be favorable." With clarity and conviction, he chose his path, understanding that the essence of decisiveness lies not in the absence of doubt, but in the courage to act despite it. Now, imagine a gardener pruning a tree, carefully deciding which branches to cut and which to leave. Every decision shapes the tree's future, encouraging it to grow strong and beautiful. Likewise, in the garden of our lives, decisiveness includes careful consideration, a clear vision of the outcome we desire, and the courage to make cuts when necessary. This action, although seemingly simple, requires an understanding that growth often comes with sacrifice, and that clarity emerges from commitment. Let us then turn our gaze to a master archer, ready with his bow. His target was in sight, yet it was not only his aim that ensured the arrow's flight, but also his decisive release. The moment of decision, the breath between intention and letting go, is where true power lies. It is a reminder that in life, as in archery, the beauty and impact of our actions are determined by our decisiveness. Let this exploration of decisiveness inspire you, dear listeners, to embrace the virtue of acting with clarity and conviction. For in so doing, you chart a course not only for your own life, but also for the ocean on which others travel. Number 4. Leaving her wanting on. In the vast tapestry of human interaction, art leaves such a deep impression that it arouses the desire for more than a refined craft. Let us, with the wisdom of the Stoics, orient this field. As Epictetus once illuminated, freedom is not achieved by satisfying desire, but by eliminating it. In the dance of social relationships, especially in the stirring up of a persistent conspiracy, lies a profound lesson in restraint and the measured expression of character and virtue. Imagine, if you will, an ancient craftsman, one who made exquisite ceramics. Each work he creates is unique, not only in form, but also in the story it tells. He did not reveal all his works at once, but introduced them to the world one by one. His patient expression of art creates anticipation, a desire in the observer to see more, to know more. Likewise, in the art of conversation and connection, gradual self-disclosure, like a craftsman's pottery, cultivates deeper curiosity and an appreciation of the depth of character over time. Now consider a natural scene, a river meandering through a landscape. To the observer, it reveals itself slowly. It contorts and hides until one is determined to follow its path. It is this gradual discovery that invites discovery, a journey to discover what lies around the next bend. In human relationships, being like a river, gradually revealing the depth of a person's character and intellect, encourages a journey of discovery that can make companionship more appealing and more attractive. Let's also reflect on the story of a famous chef who, instead of offering the entire menu at once, served meals by course. Each dish is an invitation to enjoy, to anticipate what will happen next. The spaces between courses are not empty, but filled with the promise of even more fun. This art of spacing out, of leaving room for waiting, is the same as the skill of making someone crave your company and talk more with you. Let us carry with us the understanding that in the art of leaving others wanting more lies a deeper wisdom. It's not about manipulation, but about cultivating genuine curiosity and appreciating the depth of human connection. Like the Stoics, we see that true connection is cultivated not in the richness of words, but in the meaning of what is shared at the right time, at the right level. Number 5. Not showing insecurity. In the mosaic of human relationships, virtue conceals one's insecurities, not as a guise, but as an expression of inner strength, containing profound wisdom. Recall Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic, who advised, "You have control over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Let us discover the art of not revealing our insecurities, not by suppressing them, but by cultivating inner strength. Consider the case of an ancient Stoic walking through the agora among a crowd of his peers. Every step he takes is measured, every word deliberate. He doesn't brag about his achievements, nor show his anxiety for the world to see. Instead, he acts with quiet confidence, a serenity that comes from understanding that his worth is not diminished by the opinions of others. This Stoic knows well that to reveal one's weaknesses indiscriminately is to invite chaos into one's soul. Now, imagine a skilled navigator setting sail across the vast ocean. The storm was raging and the waves were rushing, but his hands were still steady on the steering wheel. His crew watched, their spirits buoyed by his unwavering calm. He did not hide from the challenges they faced, but chose to focus on solutions, his confidence a beacon in the storm. This guide, like the Stoic in the agora, understands that strength lies not in the absence of fear or insecurity, but in choosing not to be controlled by them. Let's draw from a more contemporary story. A teacher stands in front of her class, her heart pounding with familiar nervous vibrations. When she began to speak, however, her voice was steady, her presence commanding. She prepared, reflected, and was determined not to let her insecurities dictate the flow of her lecture. Like her, we learn that not expressing our insecurities is not a denial of their existence, but proof that we have control over them. Seneca once wrote, "Whoever suffers from what is necessary will suffer more than what is necessary." In the context of revealing our insecurities, this wisdom teaches us that revealing our weaknesses prematurely is burdening ourselves with unnecessary conflict. The real skill lies in managing our inner insecurities, facing them in the silence of our minds, and moving through them unscathed without being dominated by them. Finally, let us embrace the Stoic equanimity, understanding that our deepest power lies not in loudly proclaiming our invincibility, but in acknowledging and managing our challenges. Let this knowledge guide us in our interactions, not as a shield against vulnerability, but as a testament to our mastery over the chaos within. Number 6. Body language. In the vast scope of human communication, the unspoken word, the language of our very form, speaks volumes. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once instructed, "Tell yourself first what you will become, then do what you have to do." This principle has profound truth when applied to the art of body language. Let's explore how our physical demeanor can reflect the virtues of Stoicism, conveying confidence, calm, and clarity without having to utter a word. Imagine a seasoned statesman, respected not only for his eloquence, but also for his command of his presence. During the meeting, amid a sea of voices, his mere posture, straightforward, poised yet relaxed, silenced the room. His movements were steady, his eyes steady. This is someone who understands that the power of his beliefs need not be shouted, but can be whispered powerfully through his attitude. Like statesmen, we know that body language rooted in Stoic calm can convey a resolute spirit and a balanced mind. Consider the story of a mentor and his student who walked through the dome and discussed the virtues of Stoicism. The mentor, with every step, demonstrates the serenity and discipline he speaks of. His movements are deliberate, his eye contact sincere, reflecting attention and respect for the moment. And his companion, the student who observes this, will realize that Stoicism is not simply a philosophy of the mind, but a philosophy that embraces the entire human being. Here we see that body language acts as a mirror of our inner state, a clear expression of our philosophical commitments. Let us reflect on a craftsman, a marble sculptor. His work not only requires skill, but also requires the connection between body and spirit. His posture, as he chiseled the stone, was a balance of strength and gentleness, a physical expression of his focused intention. Observers marvel not only at the sculpture's emerging form, but also at the sculptor's dance with his material. This illustrates that body language, when in harmony with our inner virtues, becomes an art form in itself, conveying our engagement with the world around us. Epictetus also reminds us, "It is important to make friends only with those who lift you, whose presence helps you reach your full potential." In the realm of body language, this means adjusting ourselves in ways that not only lift our spirits, but also those of those we interact with. Our posture, our gestures, our expressions, they can all serve as silent words of encouragement, a non-verbal support system for our common humanity. In short, let us embody the Stoic virtues, not only in our thoughts and actions, but also in our silent human language. Let our body language be a testament to our commitment to wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, speak volumes without words, and inspire those around us, around paying attention to the hidden wisdom of Stoicism. Number 7. Embracing serenity in silence. In the symphony of life, where so many people vying for the spotlight, clamoring to be heard, there is a profound power in the silence, a serenity that beckons with an allure. Let us explore this virtue, guided by the wisdom of Stoicism, which teaches us that all human suffering stems from the inability to sit quietly in a room alone, as Blaise Pascal, although not a Stoic, aptly put it. This sentiment resonates with the Stoic's appreciation for inner peace and its power to draw others toward us, a gathering where voices intertwine in lively discussions. Among the participants, there is one character who, unlike the rest, rarely speaks. As he did so, his words, steeped in contemplation, cut through the cacophony, commanding the room not with volume but with the weight of his presence. This is a man who has mastered the art of silent serenity, understanding, as Zeno of Citium observed, that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, to listen more than we speak. His calm becomes a magnet, drawing others into his orbit, eager to discover the source of his peace. The story of an experienced sailor navigating his ship under cover of night, guided only by the stars. The sea around him whispers the secrets of the universe. Only those who choose to listen can hear. His journey is a silent communication with the universe, a testament to the idea that in silence we find our deepest truths. Likewise, in the realm of social interaction, embracing the serenity of silence allows us not only to hear the words of others, but also to hear the unspoken feelings and thoughts that are being expressed, dancing between the lines, deepening our connection in ways that words alone cannot. Reflect on a moment in nature, in the heart of the forest, where silence is a living, breathing entity. It is in this quiet that we find clarity and a sense of connection to the world around us. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus might have suggested that just as nature thrives in silence, so do our relationships. By choosing to embrace the serenity of silence, we give others the space to be themselves, cultivating a deeper, more authentic connection. Finally, let us embrace silence not as a void, but as a canvas on which the most authentic interactions can be painted. Let the peace that comes from within guide you in the art of social connection. Remember, it is in quiet moments that the soul speaks most powerfully, drawing others toward the peaceful confidence that is at the heart of Stoic philosophy. Number 8. The art of humility. In the great tapestry of human virtues, humility stands out as a delicate thread that, when woven into the fabric of our character, enriches every nuance. The Stoics, with their profound understanding of life's complexities, revered humility not as meekness, but as true acknowledgement of one's place in the universe. As Marcus Aurelius, king of philosophy, once wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, and to love." In this simple reflection lies the essence of humility, the acknowledgement of life's gifts and our obligation to navigate them with grace. The story of a painter famous for his talent. Each of his strokes brings scenes so vivid that the observer can almost feel the breeze he depicts. However, when he was praised, he only said, "I am just a student of the beauty that nature gives us." His acclaim did not boost his ego, but deepened his humility, understanding that his talent was not just his own, but a gift to be shared. This painter, like the Stoic in his pursuit of virtue, knew that true greatness lies in the ability to be humble in the face of admiration. Now, let's journey to a small village where an old weaver creates carpets of astonishing complexity. Visitors from all over come to admire her work, but she still greets each compliment with a gentle smile and a nod to her simple loom. "It's not me, it's the loom and the wool that creates it," she said. Her modesty a robe as intricately woven as a tapestry, drew people not only to her art, but also to her spirit. In her, we see the embodiment of a Stoic principle. Humility and recognition of the sources of our power cultivate true respect and admiration. Ponder that moment under the vast night sky, where a single star's twinkling light has crossed the ages to reach us. Its journey is a testament to the immeasurable expansion of the universe and our fleeting presence in it. This star, although seemingly small, shines with an astonishing tenacity. It does not seek to outshine others, but simply plays its role in the constellation. Likewise, the art of humility teaches us that our light, no matter how humble, holds a unique place in the world, contributing to a greater whole. When we embrace humility, we understand, as Epictetus suggested, that freedom is secured not by satisfying one's desires, but by eliminating them. In the context of social skills, this means freedom from the desire for external validation, allowing our actions and personalities to speak for themselves. As we conclude this reflection on humility, let us continue the wisdom that true strength lies not in rising above others, but in walking beside them, sharing the light ours in a way that illuminates the path for everyone. Number 9. Cultivating compassionate understanding. In life's great journey, the ability to cultivate compassionate understanding serves as a beacon, guiding us toward more meaningful and fulfilling connections. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once advised, wherever there are humans, we have the opportunity to show kindness. This wisdom invites us to consider not only the act of understanding, but also the depth of compassion that motivates that act, transforming our interactions into true bridges of connection. Imagine a quiet garden where an old gardener tends his plants with endless patience and care. Each plant, with its own needs and rhythms, flourished under his attentive gaze. A passerby, curious about the vibrancy of the garden, asked the gardener's secret. An understanding not just of the land or the seasons, but of the life that is going on in each of these creatures, he replied. This gardener embodies the essence of compassionate understanding, recognizing the intrinsic value and complexity of life around him, much like the Stoics' approach to human relationships, people together. Now, let's return to the story of a teacher in a bustling city school, faced with the challenge of reaching a diverse group of students. Where others see obstacles, she sees opportunities for connection. She listens, not just with her ears, but also with her heart, adapting her approach to meet her students' needs. Her classroom became a sanctuary of mutual respect and understanding, a testament to her belief that to teach is to understand. This story reflects the Stoic principle that compassionate understanding is the foundation of all meaningful interaction and development. Reflect on a moment by a peaceful lake where two friends share a quiet conversation. People talk about the burden they are carrying. Their words are heavy with unspeakable pain. The other person listens, does not pass judgment, and does not rush to give advice, but the present says, "I am here with you." This silent understanding, this sharing of space and moment, demonstrates the Stoic virtue of compassion, the recognition that sometimes understanding does not require words, but simply the willingness to be ready to be present. In cultivating compassionate understanding, we're reminded of Marcus Aurelius's advice: be tolerant of others and strict with yourself. This guidance calls us to extend our compassion outward while holding ourselves accountable to the highest standards of empathy and understanding. As we navigate the complexities of human relationships, let us strive to be gardens of understanding, teachers of compassion, and friends who listen with their hearts. As we conclude our exploration of 9 social skills that older men used to make women addicted to them, Let us remember the Stoic wisdom that guides not only our actions, but also our very nature. True connection, forged in the forge of virtue, respect, and true understanding, transcends the ephemeral. It becomes a beacon, illuminating the complexity of human interactions. I encourage you, my dear listeners, to apply these teachings to your lives, not just as simple strategies, but as principles for deeper, more meaningful relationships. More meaningful. If this journey has touched you emotionally, I invite you to like, share, and comment, sharing your insights and experiences. Let us build a community of wisdom and understanding, spreading the light of Stoic knowledge far and wide. And, to those who have shared this journey with us, a heartfelt thank you for your engagement and curiosity. Together, we continue to grow and learn the art of living well.